Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 213-640-9738. That's 213-640-9738. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
Are you living the life you deserve? Stop letting your finances ruin your success. Fix your credit now with Big Dream Solutions. In just a click, you can start changing your life for good. Our credit professionals analyzes your credit report and builds a strategy designed for your needs. No matter your goal, nothing is impossible. We get results. Schedule a consultation today and let us help you live your dreams. Big Dream Solutions. Take action now.
Are you tired of your current job? Looking to spend more time with your family? Or just want to be happy? If so, become a member of Acondo.com. Acondo.com is a job search engine for both job seekers and employers. Don't waste your time by spending hours looking for a job when Acondo.com can give you a list of jobs near you within seconds. Acondo job search engine is free, and you don't have to pay anything to find your dream job. Join Acondo.com right now and find the right job for you.
Racism is the most powerful system on the planet, yet it is often perceived as the most taboo subject to discuss. World-renowned activist and best-selling author Tariq Nasheed takes on this challenge head-on in his new book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter. This is the most important book you will need in order to understand the mechanisms of systemic racism and how to counter this system. Get Foundational Black American Race Baiter now at Amazon and BarnesandNoble.com. Also get limited autographed collector's editions of the book at officialfba.com.
All right, we're here. What's going on, good family? I'm late, but we're here. I'm very late, but I'm very much here for you. So what's going on with you, family? How y'all doing? I didn't put no lotion on right now. Let me do that while I'm talking to the family. We're going to chop it up. All right. We're going to chop it up, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Glad to have y'all in here. Shout out to the family. Papi Akute and Lula Vuve. That is peace and love in the Foundational Black American Native Tut language. Yes, indeed. She said, I'm glowing. Yes, indeed. That's that baby glow. We got that baby coming, so I'll be getting baby pains. Yeah? Oh, man, but we're here. Man, we're here. A lot of stuff we're going to get on. Everybody come on in the room, and if you are on social media, share this on your Facebook. Share this on your Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Share this on all your social media. A lot of stuff we're going to hit on. Y'all come on in the room, man. We're going to have a great late night chat. So y'all need to stay up because we're going to chop it up for real, for real. You say you've been laughing at Cheetah P all week. Yeah, Cheetah P has become a thing now. Yeah, Cheetah P, that's become a thing. But let's get right into it. And by the way, get your Aretasase t-shirts at aretasase.com. Look at the link below. This is Black History Month, so you need to get the book Foundational Black American Race Baiter. If you do not have the book, you can get it below. You can get it on Amazon or you can get it on officialfba.com. Ladies and gentlemen, excellent book for Black History Month. It's a must-have. It's a must-read. You got to have it. You got to get that book. Oh, man, so a lot of things we got to touch on. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get right into the main subject. We're talking about Joe Rogan. We're talking about Joe Rogan. Now, Joe Rogan, our good sister India Ari put up a video, which is pretty old, of a compilation of Joe Rogan using the N-word, just N-word, just using it gratuitously. Some people were saying he was using it in a certain context. That's debatable. So now there's been a little pushback with Joe Rogan because he's on Spotify, has a huge show on Spotify, huge podcast, generates a lot of income for Spotify, major corporation. The CEO of Spotify stands with Joe Rogan. A lot of other people stand with Joe Rogan. There are a lot of black people who even stand with Joe Rogan. Now listen, this is the thing. The N-word is not all that Joe Rogan was saying. I've had an issue with Joe Rogan for a long time. If you watch my broadcast, I've had an issue with Joe Rogan and his connection to those alt-right dudes, kind of giving them a platform. And yeah, he apologized. Joe Rogan apologized. So all they're going to do, they're not going to really reprimand him. Let's be very clear. They pulled a couple of his broadcasts. They pulled him down, but this man is white. All right? This is a white man. White people do not get fired, nor do they get canceled. They just get transferred. You understand? But the thing with Joe Rogan, the N-word wasn't everything that he said. My thing is this. I could give a pass to a lot of stuff in the context of being a comedian. Now, Joe Rogan is a comedian. And with comedians, I do feel that comedians should have a certain level of immunity when it comes to certain things. As a comic, the comic stage, that's sacred. Or the being in the realm of comedy, there's a certain sacredness to it. You get a pass to kind of say certain things, even if they're controversial. But as a comedian, you kind of get that pass to a certain degree. Yeah, Joe Rogan has had many black people on his show. People like to point that out. I was debating with the suspected white supremacists about that. Joe Rogan even has a black stepdaughter, which don't mean anything. Somebody was pointing that out. Because people like to make black folks apologize for every little thing, even if black folks are comedians, like Whoopi Goldberg. Now, let's be clear. When Whoopi Goldberg said something about a certain group, she wasn't saying it in the realm of comedy, and she wasn't even being malicious, but they punished her anyway. You understand? So they're going to start punishing black folks, punish everybody. Now, Michael Richards, let's go back. And I've talked about Michael Richards before. I believe, again, if you are a comedian and you are remaining in the realm of comedy, you have comedic license to kind of say certain things. That's why Dave Chappelle, I stand by Dave Chappelle. He says stuff in the context of comedy, even if it's controversial. They've been trying to cancel him, but no, my man is standing strong. Somebody brought up Michael Richards. Michael Richards is different because Michael Richards was on a comedy stage and he went on a nervous breakdown. It wasn't comedy no more. When he started yelling the N-word, talking about, don't you disrespect a white man and you would be lynched 50 years ago or whatever, people in the audience were sitting back waiting on a punchline. See, they were giving him a pass. Remember, go look at that old video of Michael Richards. Go look at that old video. People were they were kind of giving him a pass in the beginning. They kind of let him slide, and they were just like, boy, this better be a great punchline. They were waiting on the punchline, and there wasn't a punchline. The punchline never came through. So he was just doing an anti-black rant on stage. So that wasn't comedy no more. That is different. If you saying some stuff and there's no punchline, nah. So with Joe Rogan has said a lot of things in the realm of comedy, a lot of things outside of the realm of comedy, and that's where he doesn't get a pass. Like he made that Planet of the Apes comment. He wasn't doing a comedy routine. He was talking about a situation where they went to a movie theater in a black neighborhood or something. They went to see Planet of the Apes, and then they went to the black neighborhood, and they were in the planet. It was the Planet of the Apes. You don't get a pass for that. Nah, don't get a pass for that. Also with Joe Rogan, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Rogan, as I said, he invites a lot of these alt-right, suspected white supremacists anti-black scientists with these scientific theories. That's what I mean. People with anti-black scientific theories. Even Joe has said some stuff about, somebody who's mixed, somebody with a black body, with the body of a black man and the brain of a white man. Boy, that's a powerful combination. That's some eugenics type stuff right there. That's scientific white supremacy, guys. You can't really give a pass to that. Also, he brought folks on his show, one suspected white supremacist, and I put the link up before, of this man talking about how black people, there's some kind of gene that black people have that gives us a proclivity to violence. So he gives his platform to people like that. When you give your platform to people like that, who spews this very dangerous scientific racism, you can't get a pass for that. Now, there are a lot of suspected white supremacists supporting him because, look, he's big because he talks and uses a lot of these white supremacist talking points and kind of gets away with it. And some of them are dog whistles, some of them are more blatant. But anytime a white person can slip in a couple of those little white supremacist talking points, they get a big audience. PewDiePie and all of these people. The dominant white society or the dominant anti-black society, they like one of their guys to be able to get a big platform so they can kind of dog whistle some of those views and those talking points. Use some of those code words sometimes. And sometimes when they talk too much, they get off code and start saying what they really mean. So with that, it's a little too dangerous for that. Say Andrew Schultz goes hard for Joe Rogan, I can imagine. And again, I don't like censorship, but when you spew dangerous, real dangerous anti-black racism in the system that we're in now, I can't co-sign that because that puts us in jeopardy as black people, as victims of white supremacy, because right now we are in the middle of a damn race war. Race soldiers are walking up in black people's homes and killing innocent black people where they sleep right now. We can't give a pass to that. And black people, all of this being the plantation Sambo for Joe Rogan, no, that ain't it, y'all. I see a lot of black folks with the cape on because Joe Rogan kind of gives them a platform or whatever. No, that has to be checked. That shit Joe Rogan does is very dangerous. That's some dangerous stuff that he does. And like I said, we got black people, our brother up there in Minnesota, Amir, what's his name? The brother who got Amir Locke, is it Amir Locke? Young brother, 22, 23 years old, and I think he's in his early 20s. This brother, and I'm not going to show the clip, the brother at home sleep, he was asleep on the sofa. Some race soldiers opened the door with a no-knock warrant that wasn't even for him. He wasn't even the right person. They just unlocked the door, ran in the crib on some Gestapo tip, woke this man up. He woke up not knowing what happened, grabbed his gun, and before he could make a move, he didn't know what was going on. They just blew his brains out. There's protests in Minnesota right now. Family, we're in a race war, family. We are in a race war. Amir Locke. R.I.P. to our brother Amir Locke. But I can't give a pass to that type of dangerous rhetoric when these people, we have card-carrying white supremacists running up in our homes at this point, doing the Breonna Taylor thing. Right now, they have a pass. Let me tell y'all something. These conversations about no-knock warrants, this is not about a damn no-knock warrant. And I've been telling people about Joe Rogan for years. I've been talking about how dangerous this dude's rhetoric is. That's dangerous stuff, man. We can't co-sign that. And we got to get very serious about what's going on right now in a race war. This is a straight up and down race war. And the white supremacists, they like the ability to be able to run up in black folks' homes and kill them. This sets a precedent where they can go up in our homes and just knock us off. And they can frame the argument around swatting, which is what they tried to do. They tried to kill me in my home when the police were involved, and I've been saying that from day one. The police were involved in the so-called swatting of my home. That was some shit that was orchestrated by the police. Other activists, they've been quote unquote swatted. There was a sister out here who's an activist who has been against a lot of police brutality, and her home keeps getting swatted. Another black woman out here in LA. So this is orchestrated by law enforcement. I've said this many times. And also, law enforcement understands that them running up in people's homes and using the no-knock warrant and all that, that gives them cover to say, okay, well, the law, legally, we did have a right to go up in this person's home. And when we're up in that person's home, we feared for our lives, blah, blah, blah. But they've been doing this since the 60s, family. Remember, they ran up in Fred Hampton's home and killed him. So now they just needed a legal precedent to do it. We have to frame it in that narrative. Let's stop this thing about no-knock warrants. We allow them to frame the narrative to no-knock warrants. This is not about no-knock warrants. This is about black people being targeted. And what are we going to do about it, ladies and gentlemen? As black people, we have to figure out what we are going to do about stopping this racial targeting. I always ask people this question. In Nazi Germany, what could the victims of the Nazis, what could they have done to stop those Nazis from killing all of those people? Shout out to our good brother Ola. Shout out to Ola. What could they have done? Always ask that question. What could they have done to stop what happened in Nazi Germany? What could they have done? What preemptive measures could they have taken? Ask yourself that right now. You understand? We don't have time to co-sign the Joe Rogans when they spew dangerous anti-black rhetoric on their platforms. Now, a lot of black folks are kind of co-signing, trying to cape for Joe, because they're like, well, damn it, if they will censor him, they're going to censor black people that much easier. They're already censoring us. They're already censoring us, like with Whoopi Goldberg, for very little reasons. You understand? So Joe should have been checked on that. Joe Rogan should have been checked on that. And speaking of Minnesota, there was a guy, and we've been warning people about the tether class. We've been warning people about these anti-FBA tethers. And shout out to the family in Minnesota. Now, people out there are protesting right now. People are protesting right now. And also, I saw something very interesting. Out there in Minnesota, they had activists out here. And I want people to understand controlled opposition. I've seen some activists saying some real crazy stuff that's dumb to say on camera. You had one dude out there, and to me it looked like controlled opposition. He got out there, yeah, we should burn these buildings down, man. We should get these crackers. Yeah, man, we ought to burn these police stations down. Yeah, let's burn it down. And when I see folks do that, you got a bullhorn, and some random dude has a bunch of cameras on him yelling, burn it down, burn it down. That's controlled opposition, guys. That's controlled opposition. The white supremacists and the police, I believe they pay folks to do that, to get out there, to talk all that crazy stuff. It's another Scam Master Jay type of thing. You know, how they got Scam Master Jay to get out here and talk all that tough talk while he's clearly clicked in with those folks. But they had one dude out there in Minnesota yelling all of this, we gonna burn the police station down, burn it down, burn it down. And all the right-wing publications grabbed onto that. Oh, look at these Black Lives Matters talking about violence. Oh my God, Black Lives Matters talking about violence. Those are plants, man. Those are plants who do that, man. Nobody, if you're gonna do something, if you're gonna put in some work in the streets, you ain't gonna be on a bullhorn yelling it out, all right? People who are gonna put in some work on the streets, they're not gonna be on no damn bullhorn yelling it out. They're just gonna go and put in some work. You understand? They're going to just go put in work. Yeah, that's agent behavior. And watch these dudes, the camera, nobody knows who they are, but all the cameras are on them. The cameras are on them and they're talking real crazy. And then all of a sudden there's a stack of bricks right next to them. We got these bricks dropped off. I don't know where they came from, but we sure going to use them. Jive turkey. Stop. So understand controlled opposition. Whenever they have these protests, you better believe wherever they have the cameras and the bullhorns, those, I call that the agent circle. Most of the people that's going to be around are agents. And also, don't be fooled by the white people out there. The white people are not really in solidarity with you. Let's be very clear. The white people are just there to keep an eye on you because they don't want you to turn up on them. Let's be clear. The white people are there to keep an eye on you. They don't want what happened out here in LA. It was on site with white folks out here. When it went down out here in LA, wasn't no marching with white people. It was white people, it was on site. If you saw a white person, you're going to snatch him out the car, and it was on site. They do not want another rehashing of that. So the minute something goes down, the minute there's a protest, there's a bunch of white people with a sign, oh my God, I'm black too. I'm black too. I feel your pain, dude. They're out there with a sign yelling louder than everybody. They don't want to get that Reginald Denny action. That's what they don't want. That's why they're out there. These are the same white people who went to court to allow the race soldiers to get off. You understand? And speaking of Black Lives Matter, they've been getting revenge on Black Lives Matter. Boy, these folks, Black Lives Matter, the organization, they had to shut down their campaign sites. They shut the sites down. They're being investigated right now. One of the Black Lives Matter founders in Memphis, or the local chapter member, they done gave her 6 years for voting, some kind of voter fraud they gave her. So they're starting to make examples. They're, as our good brother, Professor Black Truth says, they're breaking their tools. So now they're trying to say, hey, they waited till all the fuss died down. So they're like, hey, where's all that money y'all got? Where's all that finesse money? See, the right-wing white supremacists was like, yeah, we saw y'all finessing when all this stuff was going down. Where'd all that money go? It damn sure didn't go to the black community. So all of these white organizations, they fleeced money off the death of black people, and then they chipped off some of their front Negroes. And what's interesting, the right-wing white supremacists are going after the front Negroes. Very interesting dynamic. But we better understand controlled opposition, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fall for it. We got to be very strategic out here, ladies and gentlemen. We got to be extremely strategic out here. And understand this. Out there in Minnesota, speaking of Minnesota, I want to show you this. This dude got probation. He got arrested and charged, and he got probation because he attempted to burn down a black high school, Gordon Parks High School. Gordon Parks, those who don't know, he was a very well-known black photographer and filmmaker. He made Superfly. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Did he? Did Gordon? No, was it Shaft? I know he had something to do with the Superfly movie. But there's Gordon Parks Jr. and Gordon Parks Sr. So I know one of them had something to do with the movie Shaft. So Gordon Parks, very well-known and respected black photographer, used to shoot a lot of stuff for Ebony magazine back in the day. So there's a high school, a predominantly black high school out there in Minnesota. And somebody tried to burn a black high school down during the uprising last year. And this guy just got probation. And let me show y'all this guy here. Hold on one second. Let me show you this guy who tried to burn the school down. This guy right here, Mohammed Hussein Abdi. Look at that forehead. Look at that hairline. A damn Somali immigrant tried to burn down a black predominantly FBA high school. And the interesting thing to me is that he got probation. That's interesting. Family, we done warned y'all about some of these non-FBAs, and I've been going back and forth with these Somali anti-black, anti-FBA, because these people are blacker than us. We've been going back and forth with some of these Somali tethers who sit up here with all of this anti-black hatred. Now, let's be very clear. All Somalians aren't like that. Let's be very clear. Yeah, somebody said he looks like the black Megamind. That head, there you go. So yeah, this dude tries to burn down a black school and they gave him probation. So they know what the assignment is. They know what the assignment is, ladies and gentlemen. We got to watch some of these tethers, family. We have to watch these tethers. These tethers are on the move, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of these tethers who sit around here trying to undermine us. And we got to be very serious about, hey, us as foundational Black Americans, we have to kind of circle our wagon and check other people's receipts. That's just how it's going to have to be. Now, as we know in the NFL, Brian Flores, who is Honduran, he's a coach, right? I don't really follow that stuff too much, but he's a coach, Honduran coach. He had a lot of slick stuff to say about Colin Kaepernick, from what I understand, a couple of years ago. You know, he had some slick stuff to say, from what I understand. So now he's running around here. I don't think he got the job he wanted. So now, all of a sudden, the NFL is racist. So he done blew up their spot. Brian Flores is going around saying how racist the NFL is. He done filed a lawsuit talking about their races against black people. Yeah? So now these folks, they'll claim blackness when it's convenient. Now when they want to get a bag, they start claiming racism against black folks, just like Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens runs around here now talking about ain't no racism, but when she wanted to get a bag, which she got, I think she got around $30,000 or something, she had the NAACP wheeling her around so she can get a bag off racism. But this Brian Flores, this guy is claiming racism in the NFL, which we already knew. But I want y'all to hear this thing on ESPN. Now, this is Sam Acho. I think that's his name. And he's Nigerian. And I want y'all to listen to him with butter biscuits and Jollof dripping off his damn mouth. Now listen to him talking about race relations. Now listen to him. Listen to these talking.
Hey, bro.
Hold on.
What the fuck?
Okay, there's somebody giving their commentary.
Samuel Acho talk.
Okay, there's somebody giving their commentary.
Well, here's a couple concrete examples. Somebody texted me yesterday, a player, current player in the NFL, high, caliber, however you want to call it, player, said, man, what can I do to support Brian Flores? Mm-hmm. Or what can I do? And a couple things I told him, I said, you can speak out, use your voice. You are trusted. People trust you. You are respected. So speak out, support Brian Flores, right? You have a relationship with him. That's number one. But number two, it's more than just about Brian Flores. You have to use your relationships to make a change. So, for example, I'm close with George McCaskey. He's the chairman of the Chicago Bears. I played for the Bears a majority of my career. And one thing I saw is this social injustice, racial injustice, systemic racism conversation has been happening over the last couple of years. I said, okay, I can't just change this dude's mind. Sometimes people need their hearts changed. Sometimes people are oblivious to the prejudice that they have. And that,
oh, Lord, when y'all hear that, oh, Lord, when you hear that.
That's on both sides, right? That's
the both sidesism. Well, when you hear both sidesism, well, yeah, there's racism on both sides. There's some racist black peoples, there's some racist white people. From my observation, the black peoples is more racist. Oh, Lord. When they start doing both sidisms, oh, God, hold on.
To the prejudice that they have. And that's on both sides, right? That's black and that's white. So what we did is we took a journey together. We decided to go on a police ride along on the south side of Chicago to see what police go through.
This is why we have to check some of these suspected tethers, man. This is why we have to check people's paperwork. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, some of these Negroes, darker than us, who look like one of us, boy, when they get to talking, hey, where are you from, bro? Oh, Lord, he went on a ride along to see what police goes through. Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Okay.
Firsthand, south side, Chicago, right? We did that. But then we also decided to go to a prison in Louisiana, actually. Went to a prison, and in Chicago, went to 2 prisons, just to see what it's like for someone who is incarcerated, to open up our eyes. We also took a journey to the National Museum of African American History and Culture, changing minds and changing hearts. That was
Oh God. Oh God. The Jollof and biscuit crumbs. Oh, not the we went to the African American. We took a racist to the African American Museum. They act like that museum is like the land of Oz that will wash away your racism. I hate when they do that. The white supremacists do that, and he knows what he's doing. If you're supposed to go to the African American History Museum, that's supposed to wash away your racism. Stop it. And that place, man, it don't really tell the real truth. It don't really go deep. Hold on.
Was for both of us. So some people, if you have a relationship, use that relationship and go on a journey, right? Oftentimes people...
Okay, all right. This dude is going off. Who's in? All right. He got a brother who's on there too, and his brother be buck dancing just like him too, right? Lord. Man, some of the tether Sambo class, they are on another level, man. They're on another level with it. And speaking of that, and I know a lot of folks sent me that DJ Academics thing where DJ Academics was talking about, he was on Vlad, talking about him coming over here from Jamaica and how they work so hard and how the immigrants do so much better than the black students. Stop it. Telling that same jive story. I didn't even push play because I already know what the narrative is. It's the same narrative. This whole narrative that immigrants come over and they just somehow magically do so much better. What happens is these dudes come over here. A lot of y'all come over here and y'all find the gulliest, most hood, ratchet folks y'all can find and compare yourselves to them. That's what a lot of you do. Y'all come over here, find somebody in the hood to compare yourself to. And if you're doing better than 1 or 2 people in the hood, you want to go around here popping your collar and patting yourself on the back. Stop it. Stop that. Don't compare yourself to the hood person. If you're going to compare yourself to some of our best. If you're going to compare yourself, you got to compare yourself to some people, who's on the same academic level. You understand? Or just not compare yourself to the person who's the least common denominator, the lowest common denominator. You understand? Y'all get off that. Y'all get off that. Oh yeah, our museum is coming. Trust me, it is coming. And we're working on that museum. But listen, get off that nonsense. Y'all got this thing, it's an insecurity thing where y'all want to sit up here and try to find something where you can say, hey, look, I'm doing so much better than y'all, because you knew where you came from. You knew it was raggedy where you came from, and we were the ones trying to uplift you from that. Let's stop that. Y'all get y'all a little job and start popping your collar. That's why I've been going in on some of these tethers who's been calling into my Twitter lives. I've been breaking them down and hurting their feelings because I'm telling them the truth. You can't sit here and talk about how well you're doing and you look at your homeland and you're not doing that well. You left your homeland raggedy. So you can't compare anything to what, you can't come over here and start popping your collar just because you're doing the very basics. You're just doing the bare basics. You understand? Let me ask y'all this. Where is the immigrant version of Tariq Nasheed? See, that's why a lot of the immigrant tethers, not the ones who are riders, not the ones who are riders, but the tether class, the kind who's always talking about the stay away from the Akata class. Where's the immigrant version of me? You understand? Compare yourself to me. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's doing it. That's why a lot of them hate, because they don't have no comparative immigrant that would compare to a person like me who represent and embody what a foundational black American is, a person who can be successful without kissing the white supremacist ass. Where's the immigrant version of that? That's why they always hate on me and others like me. People who are for real independent and who's successful. They always have to project some kind of scam. If a black person is doing independently well without kissing white supremacist asses, then that nigga's a scam. You must have done a scam, nigga. I would have done a scam. That's I done a scam. What you done a scam too. It's always some kind of scam that you're trying to project on us. You understand? So where's the immigration Denzel Washington? Yeah, it doesn't exist. Don't compare yourself to somebody, who's struggling in the projects. Yeah, don't do that, because you'll get mad if we go to your homeland and start saying, hey, damn, look at this nigga in this hut. Look at this nigga with all this dirt on him, with dirty sandals in this hut. Damn, y'all living like this? Oh, no, no. All of us are not like that. No, we're not like that nigga. It is wrong to say that we are using that nigga as an example. Well, damn it, you're using the lowest common denominator as an example. Y'all come over here and look at hood shit and then run with that. No, you're not going to do that, because we have ratchet stuff within our society. So do you. Every last one of you have ratchetness. You understand? We have ratchetness. You have ratchetness. We can go to your homeland and see ratchetness all around. So, man, please. Somebody had that video on YouTube over there, someplace in Nigeria, where there's people living by water, and the water is basically a big sewer, and the kids swimming, and they shitting and pissing in the sewer, and the kids in there swimming, and they got food in there. Man, let's stop. Really stop. Y'all really need to get off that. Yeah, somebody showed the video. I won't even share it. It's grotesque how people are living in certain places. They had a reporter over there. People are kind of swimming around on boats and kind of trading each. And there's like shacks and shanty towns, and they're all on water. And there's a toilet where the whole public shits and pisses, and it goes in the water, and the water's polluted and filthy. It's, oh God, dude, stop. Y'all don't come around here waving your damn finger. Yeah, and some of those Somalis and Ethiopians who were talking greasy, talking about your niggas were slaves, and there's slavery going on with Ethiopians and Somalians in particular, being enslaved over there in Libya. Over there, the female circumcisions going on over there. No. Y'all can't sit here and point the finger at us and talk about ratchetness. You can't do that. We got a lot of folks in here tonight. We got 7,000 people in here, late night, making it do what it do. We got it popping. But the other day when I was doing my live, I had one dude call up, and he was talking about how, well, I disagree. Where was he from? I think he was from Kenya somewhere. He was like, well, I disagree that foundational black Americans helped us in the 60s. It was JFK. Before immigration, you had the Kennedy airlift, where the some Kenyan students came, and that was the precursor to immigration. And that had nothing to do with FBA. So what this dude brought up, he tried to be slick. He brought up something called the Kennedy airlift, where in the late 50s, early 60s, it was like less than 800 Kenyan students came over to America, and they went to certain schools here, and then they went back home, okay? They went back home. And, Kennedy tried to get some political mileage out of it. But the guy tried to frame the narrative as if foundational black Americans had nothing to do with it. And foundational black Americans had a lot to do with it, because these Kenyan students, many of them were getting funded initially by foundational black Americans. It was a brother named Tom Mboya. And Tom Mboya was writing Dr. King for financial help. And Dr. King provided financial help for him. So when we start looking up the research and researching the story, foundational black Americans were all supporting this. It was, Jackie Robinson helped get that popping. Dr. King. And we pulled the receipts, and then the dude tried to start babbling and backtracking. And this is the thing. Those Kenyan students came over here, and I knew that they had to be around black people, because this was the height of segregation. Weren't no Kenyan immigrants coming over here living among no white people. This was the height of segregation. They had to have come through black people, and sure enough, they did. We pulled the receipts. Let me show y'all some of the receipts of this thing. I brought all the receipts on this thing. Where is it? So when they came, this is the brother, Tom Mboya, the Kenyan brother. He got off the plane. There's Dr. Martin Luther King met him at the damn plane, and all these other foundational black Americans. So he was embraced by foundational black Americans the minute he got here. All right? So it was foundational black Americans like Dr. King and others who were raising money to help a lot of those Kenyan students live over here. They were getting the black church to help them out. Other black people, other foundational black Americans, Dr. King and other foundational black Americans were bringing him around the country, showing him off, showing this guy, say, hey, this is one of our brothers here. Because Dr. King went to Africa, and Dr. King said, hey, look, their struggle is the same as our struggle, so we're going to have to look out for our brothers over there too. Dr. King was big on that. So Dr. King got this brother and brought him around the black community and said, hey, man, this is our brother. Let's support our brother. Their fight is our fight too. So I got more receipts on that. This is more receipts how foundational black Americans were helping the Kenyans and helping to finance them and fund them. Mboya coordinated the airlift of 81 Kenyan students to the United States to attend college after attending the African Freedom Dinner. Mboya wrote King requesting financial assistance for a Kenyan student who was to enter Tuskegee in the fall 1958. Let me see. With the help of African American Student Foundation and its sponsors, Belafonte, Jackie Robinson, Cindy Poitier, Mboya raised sufficient funds to cover the students' travel expenses. King believed that Africans and African Americans shared a common struggle against colonialism. Dr. King, and this is the most important part, King encouraged college presidents in the United States to expand financial aid options available to Africans. He arranged for the Montgomery Improvement Association and other Montgomery organizations to fund 5 of the Kenyan students to study at American universities and pledged the SCLC and Dexter Avenue Baptist Church to fund the living expenses for Kenyan student Rabala, who was admitted into Tuskegee. So foundational black Americans were helping them all the way through, family. And Barack Obama's dad was one of those students, by the way. Barack Obama's dad. Family, it was foundational black Americans that was making that happen. All right? This is why we don't tolerate any disrespect from anybody. You don't come over here disrespecting us, and our foundational black American family members and ancestors were using their little meager resources to fund you. And then you have mammies and sambos coming over here talking about stay away from the Akata. I take grave offense to that. I take major offense to that. Dr. King is sitting up here getting on the phone with these college presidents saying, hey, why don't you expand some of the funding to these African students? He's using his clout to fund other students who weren't even FBA, man. No disrespect. This is why we're checking all disrespect, man. We're checking all disrespect. We've done too much from day one. This was before we fought for immigration. Even the few people who were coming over here, we were looking out for them, making sure they were good, which is what we do as black people, as foundational black Americans. That's part of our culture. Foundational black American culture, especially old school, it was all about looking out for everybody in the community. That was a thing in our culture, man. If you were a black person in foundational black American society at a certain time, I'm talking about after slavery until basically the 80s. After slavery until the 80s. It started to change around the 90s. But up until the 80s, if you were a black person in a black neighborhood, generally people, foundational black Americans, looked out for you. That was the thing. If you saw some kid out by himself, hey, little boy, man, where's your mama? Let me take you to your mama, because most likely they knew who your mama was. All the parents kind of knew each other. You understand? If we were out too late, hey, Flex, man, you know you got to go to school, man. Get back home to your mama before I call your mama. Everybody looked out. Hey, man, did you eat? You go to your friend's house, you can eat at your friend's house. Everybody, it was a whole community family type of thing. Everybody looked out for each other. That was a part of our culture. Don't let nobody come over here and disrespect not only us, but our ancestors in the lineage of us who helped them. Black people bending over backwards to help these other groups, man. Them showing any form of disrespect is just unacceptable. Completely unacceptable. Yeah? And another brother who was down, Frank Montero, that was another brother who was putting in a lot of work. Hold on. Because I want to show some. Where's this thing? Hold on. I want to show something. Hold on 1 second. Hopefully this thing works. Hold on. Okay. So this brother here, who was another guy who helped fund a lot of those folks coming over here, brother named Frank Montero. This brother, unsung hero, foundational Black American, who helped a lot of African students come over here. A lot of folks don't even know who he is. Hold on, I'm looking up something. I'm on the New Yorker looking up some of his stuff here. But he devoted his life into helping Black people. I'm trying to... And he was the one, again, he was another brother who was helping to fund some of those students. And here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. The brother, the Kenyan brother who came over here, Mr. Mboya, Tom Mboya, when he came over here, we were looking out for him. We were helping him get educated, helping those students get educated. And when he went back to Kenya, some Kenyan coon killed him. He got murdered by some jealous Kenyan Sambo. You know? So this man, we don't know his name in history. His name, he's virtual unknown, but just understand it was foundational Black Americans who helped that brother. And helped those Black Kenyan students come on over here. Real heavy stuff. But listen, when it comes to us foundational Black Americans looking out for our tangibles and doing things tangible for us, other groups now are so disrespectful because they have this sense of entitlement. And if they can't glom on to what we're trying to do, they want to sabotage it. Now I want y'all to look at this video right here. This is a woman, her name is Bereen Shepherd. This woman is the vice chair of CARICOM. I want y'all to look at this video. She's the vice chair of CARICOM. Now CARICOM is a conglomeration of the Caribbean nations who are all getting together to stake a reparations claim against Britain, France, Spain. Now, we are not included in CARICOM, Foundational Black Americans. They don't include us. All right, that's fine. In their reparations claim, we're not included in that. Even though we have close proximity to the Caribbean, they've excluded us. But the co-chair, the vice chair of CARICOM, she wants us to include Caribbeans in our reparations claim. Now, family, you have to listen to this. The sense of entitlement is ridiculous. Listen to this woman. Listen to this, family. Hold on. This is from Al Jazeera, the international news outlet Al Jazeera. Listen.
The impression down here is that Caribbean people who live in the United States, Black people, would not be entitled to any reparation paid by the US government. But we are saying that's not right. We are saying that's divisive of the Black population.
Oh, stop. Man, if you don't stop. Every time foundational Black Americans look out for us, we're divisive. Now, family, listen. These folks come over here with Caribbean Day Parade, Jamaican Parade, the Trinidad Parade, the Barbados Parade, the Haiti Parade. They go over the Puerto Rican Day Parade. They come over here and divide themselves and emphasize their heritage all the time. And we have no problem with it. The minute we do it, oh, you niggas are divisive. Oh, you niggas, that is divisive? No. No, it's not. We're doing what you do. No, y'all not going to play that. Y'all not going to shame us with that divisive talk. That ain't going to work. Hold on, man. They kill me with this. Hold on.
United States, black people would not be entitled to any reparation paid by the US government. But we are saying that's not right. We are saying that's divisive of the black population in the United States. We are saying that Caribbean immigrants have been harmed by that system through racial profiling, discrimination.
No, see, this is why, family, this is why we cannot have other people glomming on to the reparations conversation. They'll try to mix in all this other stuff, and she knows what she's doing. She knows that will muddy the reparations conversation. She's very well aware of that. That's a bunch of BS she's talking, and she knows it. That will muddy the reparations conversation, trying to include all of that silly stuff in it. That stuff is later. You can't sit here and talk about, yeah, we as immigrants, we've suffered from discrimination and police profiling. No, this ain't, we're talking about a specific claim for black folks who were enslaved here. We were owed 40 acres and a mule. Do not bring all of that other talk in there, family. They understand what they're doing. They are trying to sabotage it. Because if we let them in, the Latinos are going to be next, and then it's going to go to hell. That's the thing. They know what they're doing. They know that they're trying to sabotage it. If we sit up here and let them bring, if the Caribbean immigrants can say, well, yeah, we face discrimination too, so we should get it. Oh, well, shit, I'm Puerto Rican, I'm Mexican, I'm discriminated against. Let me get my check. We're going to get stampeded from everybody, and we're going to be right back at square one. No. We got to shut that down. Anytime they bring that talking point up, we got to shut that down. They got to get out of here with that. They have to bounce with that talking point. We have to check that at the door, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on, let me play the rest of it. Hold on. Let me play it again. Hold on.
Will not be entitled to any reparation paid by the US government. But we are saying that's not right. We are saying that's divisive of the black population in the United States. We are saying that Caribbean immigrants have been harmed by that system through racial profiling, discrimination.
See, the black population in the US is pretty diverse. Most black people are foundational black Americans, meaning they're American descendants of enslaved people. Others are immigrants or the children of it.
And yes, I did catch that. They're using our language there. See, we got the international press acknowledging our lineage. See, that's how things get started on the grassroots. We have the international press acknowledging our foundational black American lineage and using our verbiage. That's what code discipline is, guys. Staying on code and being disciplined with the code. You can change the verbal lexicon, ladies and gentlemen. Now the international press, they're using our titles that we created for ourselves. That's power, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, I did not miss that. I did catch that, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on.
The black population in the US is pretty diverse. Most black people are foundational black Americans, meaning they're American descendants of enslaved people. Others are immigrants or the children of immigrants who came to the United States from mostly African and Caribbean countries. Those individuals may have ancestors who were enslaved, but wouldn't be considered eligible recipients for reparations in the United States.
Descendants of the enslaved have a claim that's linked directly to the failure to provide their ancestors with the promised 40-acre land grants. And that's uniquely a debt that is owed to the individuals who were enslaved and it was not met, and to their descendants.
All right, that was Sandy Darity. Speaking truth to power, Sandy Darity is 100% correct with that. Sandy Darity is 100% correct with that, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot let other people come in here getting in our reparations conversation, talking about they've been hurt and discriminated against too. Y'all chose to come here. You chose to come here. You chose to come here to this country. We are different. We have built this country. We come from the lineage of the people who built this country. And again, family, it is not that hard to find out who's foundational Black American. If you can trace your lineage back to the Americas, to the 1870 census, and I've said that many, many times, you are a foundational Black American if you can trace your lineage back. Most likely you came off of a plantation if you can trace your name to one of those censuses back in the 1800s, ladies and gentlemen. We have to understand that and we have to recognize that. But this is what code discipline means. We just have to stay on code, ladies and gentlemen. When you're on code, everybody starts moving to your drum. So we're getting it popping, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of foreigners, family, did y'all see actress Thandiwe Newton? Did y'all see the clip of her? Lord, and before I get into her, did y'all see Eric Adams? Let me get on Eric Adams first. Eric Adams, they got on his case. They got on Eric Adams' case. This is a clip. They found a clip of him calling white police crackers, and they made him apologize. Hold on, let me play this thing. They tried to say this was a racial slur. Cracker is not really a racial slur. Hold on one second. Hold on, listen.
Day in the police department, I kicked those crackers' ass, man. I was unbelievable in the police department when you went up to Black law enforcement. Came a sergeant, a lieutenant, and a captain. You know the story. Some people all of a sudden trying to reinvent me. But the reality is, what I was then is who I am now.
Okay, so this was in 2019, so they didn't pull this up and made him bow down. They were like, oh yeah, he used the racial slur. Cracker is not really a racial slur. Cracker is an occupational slur. It's about an occupation. A cracker was a person on a plantation who would crack the whip and who was the designated beater. They would beat Black people. So it was really occupation based. It was based on, and they called themselves that. That was a job that they had, to be the cracker. You would crack the whip. So saying it's a racial slur, that's them stretching it. Yeah, they're stretching it a bit on that. They're stretching that. But he was trying to, talk tough. I guess he was talking to some Black folks, so he was trying to, change his conversation and change his demeanor for the room. But no, crackers, their term, they would take pride in being crackers. They took pride in that. But I digress. But going to Thandiwe Newton, actress Thandiwe Newton, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to check this out. Now, Thandiwe Newton, she's the product of a white man and a Zimbabwean mama, a non-FBA mama. So, Thandiwe Newton, she kind of sound drunk here. I don't know, but she had some kind of breakdown. She's up here talking about how her light skin, she's sorry that she was chosen. It's a very weird rant. She was trending the other day, and people were like, "What the hell is she talking about?" Like nobody's really tripping on no damn Thandiwe Newton. So Thandiwe was talking about this new role she got and how she had to apologize to the Black women and dark-skinned Black women, and she particularly said African American women discriminated or are prejudiced towards her. She specifically took a shot at foundational Black American women. That's what I have a problem with. A lot of these women have a bug in their ass about foundational Black American women. I really, really take offense to that. And I've told people this many times. A lot of these non-FBA bedwench types, they really, really, really have a bug in their ass about foundational Black American women. They're really threatened by foundational Black American women. So they think them being up under white folks all day gives them some type of special status that it doesn't. They don't really have, but they really think they got some kind of special status just because they lay up under white folks all the time. It's a real weird psychological mind trip that they have about themselves. But listen to this, man. Listen to her. Listen to this. Y'all got to hear this. We got to break this down. Hold on.
When it's precisely that prejudice that I've received, it doesn't matter that it's from African American women more than anyone else, it doesn't matter. I received prejudice. Anyone who's received oppression and prejudice feels this character.
So she's saying that she gets prejudice not from white supremacy. Oh, no. Not systematic white supremacy. Not at all. Not in Zimbabwe, which used to be Rhodesia, which was a white supremacist enclave. They had to run the white supremacists out. So, no. She don't receive any prejudice from white people. It's really from black American women. It's foundational black American women who are the most prejudiced towards her. Okay. All right.
Prejudice. Anyone who's received oppression and prejudice feels this character. I've wanted so desperately to apologize every day to darker skinned actresses, to say, I'm sorry that I'm the one chosen. My mama looks like you.
Oh, please.
It's been very painful to have women that look like my mum feel like I'm not representing them, that I'm taking from them, taking their men, taking their work.
What? What niggas are you taking from sisters? Ain't no... Well... Okay, get over yourself. What dudes are you taking? We ain't really checking for you like that. Alright, you alright. You alright, Thandi. Alright, damn. Hold on.
It's been very painful to have women that look like my mum feel like I'm not representing them, that I'm taking from them, taking their men, taking their work, taking their truth. But I do think that any women of colour who've, whether they're pale or whatever, who've managed to help other actors, you know, get into this business, we matter. Whenever they say that black women have watched the movie, and it's really, really, really mattered to them. I just thank God that my light skin didn't stop that from happening. I'm so that it didn't cause more pain.
Okay, get over yourself. Okay, look. Let me be real. Thandiwe Newton, she's not a bad-looking lady. Brothers ain't checking for Thandiwe Newton like that. Let's just keep it a buck. Thandiwe Newton, she's skinny with no ass. She ain't got no hips, no titty. She aight. Thandiwe Newton is aight. She's not a bad-looking woman in the face. She aight. You don't never see niggas running around here. Thandiwe Newton, boy. I thought she not Thandiwe Newton. Niggas ain't do that. Get over yourself. Yeah, I don't like she gonna take shots at foundational black American women. Girl, please. Oh, I'd like to apologize to all the dark-skinned pickaninnies. Oh, for my heavenly light skin. I apologize for my light skin glowing and basking and blinding you dark-skinned hordes of little nappy-headed minions. Oh, God. Oh, I'm so sorry that my light skin, my porcelain, beautiful porcelain skin is making all of your little Negro men draw to me like a fire to light. Oh, God. I have to beat them off with a sash. Off, you fiends. Oh, I must beat them with a stick. Off, you fiendish Negroes. Oh, you dark-skinned black women, I'm so sorry that your men gravitate towards me so much. My alabaster skin. Oh, why must God have chosen me over you dark-skinned mammies? Oh, woe's me. Woe's me. Why was this light skin so heavenly? Oh, as it basked down on your little lace fronts and weaves. I'm so sorry you look like my mom. She was a dark-skinned charcoal Negro, such as yourself. Oh, God. Why must I be the chosen one? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I'm sorry. You and what I'll do, I'll use some of the resources to get you some Afro Sheen and some Murray's Grease and hot combs, and I'll throw it to your abodes so that you can get like me one day. Oh, God. I am so sorry, black women. Oh, you use your hate for fuel to motivate you to be better. Use the hate for fuel. Don't hate me that I was blessed and you weren't. Zaddy wanted me, not you. Why must my light buttermilk complected skin just beam down on you nigresses so you and your little ashy skin? It's not my fault. Don't blame me. Fuck out of here, dude. Really? Stop. Get over yourself. Thandiwe Newton, you alright. It ain't that serious, Thandiwe. It really ain't that serious, baby. We ain't checking for you like that. Damn. Crying because she just glowing so hard. She's crying for you nigresses. Don't get mad at me. I receive prejudice from these little chitlin-eating cocoa butter-smelling nannies. Oh, God. Oh, God. I receive so much hate. Oh, God. From these little ashy charcuitias. Oh, God. Don't hate me. My mom looks like you. I don't look like you, but my black mom, she looks just like you. I look nothing like you, little nigresses. So I can't relate, but my mother can, and I love my mom. Oh, God. I get so much hatred from people who look like my Negro mom. Oh, God. Don't hate me. No, eat your little sweet pickles and get your little acrylics on your nails or do whatever. Comb down your baby hair, whatever it takes to make you feel better. But please don't hate on the chosen one, which is me. Oh, God. Stop. Girl, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down, Thandiwe, with your little old flat ass that niggas ain't checking for. Stop. Man, if you don't stop. But yeah, these people, man, they always got some little hang up about foundational black American women. They got some bug in their ass about foundational black American women. Sitting up trying to project. That's all that is a bunch of projection. But listen, bottom line, look. Some of our non-FBA brothers and sisters, we rock with you long as you ain't talking that Thandiwe Newton nonsense, long as you ain't coming over trying to mess up our reparations claim, long as you ain't over here trying to disrespect our ancestors who helped fight to get you here, which we can show over and over again how our foundational black Americans help people get over here. We don't need no disrespect. We don't want the DJ academics coming over here talking about how well you doing over here, but you ain't doing it at home. And y'all got the same excuse, the government. Have y'all seen the government video? We got the official song. How many of y'all some of y'all seen the government video? I might have to put the song, speaking of Spotify, I might have to put the song on Spotify. Let me play, for those who have not seen, the official song, The Government. Let me bust that for you right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been sharing this on social media, but here is the song. We made it into a real song. Here's The Government. For those who haven't seen it, hold on.
Government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, run, booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, run, booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, run, booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, run, booyaka booyaka, run to you niggas, booyaka booyaka, government. The government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the government, it's the government, it's the government, it's the government, the government, the.
All right, that is the government. That's the jam. That's a banger. It actually bangs. I've been bumping it around the house. That thing sounds kind of tight. That shit bangs, man. That's the new joint right there. The government. Y'all share that on your social media. That's the joint right there. Anyway, y'all, that's been today's episode of Tariq Radio. Glad to have everybody tuning in. Go to get your Ruttersussy shirt at ruttersussy.com. Go get Hidden Colors 1 through 5 at hiddencolorsfilm.com. Go get Buck Breaking at buckbreakingmovie.com. Go to Amazon and get the book Foundational Black American Race Bader. If you don't have that, get that right now. The link right there. Click the link below. Get that book at Amazon for Black History Month, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, y'all, that's been today's broadcast. We had a good conversation on tonight's broadcast. Man, y'all have a great week, a prosperous